Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Blue, and today we're going to be talking about 10 ways that I kind of combat seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression. I think it's only natural for this time of year for most of us to slow down and feel a little bit slower paced and a little bit more almost going into hibernation. We get a lot more sicknesses this time of year, and we tend to feel a little bit more blue sometimes, a little bit down, and that can vary between person to person. Some of us can hardly feel it at all. Some of us go into quite a severe case of depression around this time of year. So wherever you are on that scale, I feel like it's only natural for us to feel somewhat, perhaps a little bit more sensitive this time of year, and it's a reminder for us to go in and take some more steps for self-care. So these are 10 things that I personally try to incorporate into my life a little bit more around this time of year, and they really help me to stay uplifted and calm.
During this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, we have less access to direct sunlight, which means our vitamin D levels are lower, which means we're getting less serotonin, also known as the natural happy drug. Our immune systems aren't as strong, which is why we get sick more often, and we feel tired and we're more prone to depression. So I make sure to eat lots of food with vitamin D in them, like mushrooms and tofu, and drink soy milk, and I also take a daily vitamin D supplement to keep me topped up. Getting into a regular sleep routine is really important. Making sure I not only have enough sleep every night, for me 9 hours is optimal, but I'm also making sure I have some unwinding time before bed, without blue light from screens and away from work-related or stressful thought. I notice the biggest difference if I've not had this time to unwind or enough hours of sleep, and find I'm way more productive, happy, grounded, and optimistic when I do. Some ideas to help you unwind are reading, listening to a podcast, playing gentle music, meditating, catching up with someone you live with, playing an instrument, having a bath, or setting your intentions for the next day. As a writer, I best express myself through written word, and find writing extremely therapeutic. Some smaller daily writing practices that help me jot down my thoughts, work through my emotions, and be more mindful of my thought patterns are morning pages, writing a string of thoughts without pause, gratitude journaling, and dream recording. At the moment, I'm writing one line of gratitude every day, so when I have a day where I'm feeling negative, I can read a page of all of the things I'm grateful for in my life and be reminded of all of the positivity that surrounds me. Sometimes in the darker months especially, it can be easy to forget. This way I'll always have a catalogue to refer to when I need it. Creating a sacred space allows us to focus our minds and change our perspective. Our thoughts create our external reality, and when we take the time to slow down and focus our energy, even for a moment, on creating a ritual of light, comfort, or love, then we start seeing more of that around us. When our lives are filled with turmoil, distraction, equal highs and lows, then making space to create ceremony brings us pause, so we can feel grounded again. Taking CBD has shown me so many benefits, including helping with regulating my mood. CBD helps to boost serotonin production in the brain, the happy drug that is also boosted by vitamin D, which is why we feel so much brighter during the summer months. It has both antidepressant and anti-anxiety effects, which I have found to support my focus and sleep and calm my social anxiety and low moods. I take it before bed to aid in sleep, or in the morning to help me focus and be calm. It's easier to go longer without seeing others when it's cold and dark outside, and staying home feels much more comfortable, so it's important to stay connected to friends and family. Our choices of activity reduce as we say goodbye to summer picnics, nature swims, and long, destination-less strolls. I love hosting people over for dinner, movie nights, grabbing a hot tea with a friend or two, or simply texting or calling someone to catch up. A lot of us feel lonely or isolated at this time of year, and staying connected keeps us mentally and emotionally healthy. So take this as your reminder to call someone you love today, perhaps even right after this video, and ask how they are. Having things to look forward to allows us to feel positive and excited even on our bluest days. Adding small things to your diary that you're anticipating will give you something positive to focus on that doesn't seem so far off as summer. This doesn't have to be just big things like holidays and parties, but add smaller treats too, like dinner with a friend or a date with yourself in the park. Moving my body feels good. Getting oxygen pumping and blood circulating makes me feel more energized and motivated, so I like to start the day with movement to give me a morning lift. We know I enjoy a good yoga sequence, but sometimes I also like to let loose and flow freely with some intuitive dancing. Dancing and singing when nobody else is around feels so uniquely uplifting and connects us to ourselves again. Allowing our bodies to express themselves unencumbered by judgment is complete embodiment of joy. I can be a bit of a hermit and easily stay indoors on my own in my cocoon for days without even noticing. As an introvert, I'm totally fine with being alone in my space, but going outside, connecting with earth and feeling the crisp wind on my cheeks transforms my mood, reignites my creativity, and lifts me up like nothing else. Even just a 10-minute walk can really change the course of my day. I focus on connecting with as much nature as possible, so seek out trees, grass, waters, skies, and animal kin. Even on the days I don't feel like going out to begin with, I always end up thanking myself for these moments. And to make it more cozy, I'll wrap up in a big snuggly scarf, take a warm drink with me, and perhaps some nuts and seeds to share with others. Sometimes I'll listen to music or a podcast, but mostly I enjoy listening to the sounds of nature, distant conversations, dogs running on the rocks, and the waves lapping the shore. I feel fully immersed in my surroundings. I'll take notice of the small gifts around me and breathe in the moment. Creating nourishing, nurturing foods is one of the most profound forms of self-love and care. Our bodies survive and mobilize off what we feed ourselves. Our energy is matched by what we put in these bodies, and our health is largely determined by our meal choices. Our very selves are created by the matter we decide to consume every day. I have cultivated a mindful and intuitive eating practice so that I can better understand my body's desires and needs and meet them with healthful and satisfying foods that have me feeling full of vitality and lightness. I love to feed my body what it's calling for and have nurtured a connection with myself through doing so that affects every part of my life. During the winter, I choose foods that are warming, grounding, and packed with nutrients while still keeping me light and feeling energized. I take this time to really enjoy my meal, be grateful for its nourishment, and be mindful of how it makes my body feel. Cultivating this body connection has allowed me to notice how different foods affect my body and my energy. I eat for taste, of course, and I also eat for health, connection, compassion, and vitality.
I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found some value in it as well. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and click that bell notification if you want to be notified when I upload new content. I have new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.